It went down straight after that. Oh, screw off. You kidding me? That's so dumb. That probably is it. You're right. It's a specific ad. So basically, Riot are hitting an official Riot. You're probably right. So we're gonna have to just mute that. We're just gonna have to mute it. We're just gonna have to mute the beer break ads. We were planning on doing something like that anyway, but come on.
Ridiculous.
That's dumb. That's dumb as hell. You know, that's dumb as hell. Oh well, whatever. Well, now we know, I think. Now we know, I think. So dumb. Okay, whatever.
Such is life sometimes.
Okay, one last game, folks. Again, IG came in as huge underdogs. However, they are our Demacia Cup champions. They clearly have some real playmaking opportunities, but playmaking potential. They have a really good eye for it. However, I do think JDG are just better at pressure. I think they're better laners, and if they get a leg over the early game, they are pretty good at pushing the map. They're not perfect at it. Again, game one actually, they pushed too hard. They over fought in top side and they end up throwing the game back to them. These teams are very close to each other. There's definitely there's a lot of room for maneuver between these two teams. EG went down. It's gone back up now though. It has gone back up now. Don't worry. It's basically there's a specific advert which happens. Which takes it down. So we need to just like ignore. Okay, we need to. Yeah, we'll need to just like silence the stream when it goes to break, which will be a pain in the ass, but whatever. It is what it is. You know, we can figure it out, Sam. We can figure it out.
We can figure it out.
Oh, okay. Right. Ugh. Okay, it's back up now though. Don't worry. My bad.
That is such a silly thing.
At least it's not elite. Look, at least it's nothing malicious, which is what I was actually kind of worried that it was like people reporting it or whatever, which would actually be very annoying. But whatever, it's all fine. Okay, JDG, they're starting to find their feet in this series. I think Gala had a very good game too. I think that Hongyu had an excellent game too. On the whole, I think JDG are better laners and they're better at like brute forcing just through mechanical play.
Yes.
IG, I think they can be much better team fighters. I think that Dway has been exceptional in team fights. I think that if Rookie can outplay in the team fights too, he typically does. It's an automated thing, Zatronis. It will just be an automated thing. It's just, I don't know whether we have a whitelist from certain parts of them. So for instance, we got whitelist for Worlds for the channels that we were streaming on. We did get the whitelist for that. But it seems maybe there's some different stuff which you need to get whitelisted from to ignore those ads. So anyway, that is what it is. I'm gonna crack open a room temperature one with the boys. Oh, ain't that nice. Appeal not a bus screw off. Whatever. I'll have to restart the TikTok live stream again. Actually, maybe we just leave it for today.
Yeah, basically they're just not happy with us talking about other streams, which is whatever it is. You know? Promise we can't not do that. So.
That's a pain in the buttocks, Sam. It's a pain in the buttocks. Because I don't want to have to like unmute and mute for like everything, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, we should be getting to draft soon. I'm going to turn the camera off actually for a little bit because I need to finish the Zoomer run. Okay, go through first year. I need good inheritances, folks. Pray for good inheritance.
Oh, grandmother, please, I require your money. Is that kind of the inheritance we're talking about, Alex?
Well, no, it's more like, please give me groundwork and long S aptitude.
Oh, you need that lawn mowing money, I see.
Yep, that's the one, Sam.
All the groundwork.
You know what it's like. You know what it's like. The groundwork, I sure hope it does.
How many times have you made that joke, Alex?
A lot.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Every now and then.
Yeah, wondered. Did wonder. Yeah.
Should get close towards that draft now. Oh, there's copyright. Okay, right. Fair play. I didn't think that would be the issue, but I guess it is. My bad. Ooh, that's really good training. It's insane, actually.
Thank you for the deduction, though, Katari. That is much
that
appreciated,
actually, that
genuinely.
helps us a lot. That helps us an awful lot, actually. Genuinely does, yeah.
How many times have you made that joke, Alex?
Genuinely does, yeah.
Oh, you need an awful lot, actually. Genuinely.
That helps us an awful lot, actually. Genuinely does, yeah.
How many times have you made that joke, Alex? Oh, you need an awful lot, actually. Genuinely. 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 Genuinely.
Okay.
I've discovered the source of the evil.
Yep. Well, whatever. It's kind of annoying because we want to like make up some ground on these sites which are streaming on. We're into draft, Sam, so let's do that thing where we look alive. I know it's very hard sometimes. Let's look alive.
Right,
Into game 3. IG first pick, JDG on blue side. What are the things we have left up and available? Jace immediately gone. Jax immediately gone. What are the highest priority things that we still have available? Akali has been banned both games in this series. Jarvan's gone as well. We still have a Wukong game yet to be played as well.
Both played as well, yeah. Is the Malphite gone? Yeah, of course it was played game 1. That's right. It's keeping our eyes on some of these options. We also want to get through to some additional extra bits. Things like the Taliyah Pantheon might become a consideration. Now, Rise, so Cassiopeia.
Yeah, there's Taliyah, Rise, Pantheon. I also think that Varus got to be taken away. I think it has to be banned away. Akali banned away for every game in this series. Rookie not allowed to have that one. So yeah, we have stuff like Varus, Alistar, Rise, Taliyah, Pantheon, Wukong. Those are the 6 which I highlight right now. Also, Ambessa. Ambessa's also up there.
Very true.
Wei plays a lot of it. I don't think Wei's been that good at it, but he plays a lot of it. And JDG have, well, there it goes. It's gone away. IG not finding the success they need with it, and they're not first picking it, interestingly.
Are they going to potentially look for that first pick Varus then if it's not banned?
I think that would help. It would help them in the laning phase. What's the last ban from JDG? Do you just ban the Varus? I think that JDG would prefer there to be less powerful AD carries in meta. Just get rid of the Varus, and you're more likely to slam through bot laning phase, which is a genuine win condition for you.
Interesting.
Oh, Rumble would have been a very important I had actually
pick,
completely forgot that was still. I just assume, there are some picks I just see banned so often. I just don't assume they're going to get through. Of course, we actually saw it played today by Bin, and it was actually very good for him.
Very good for him, yeah. The Rocket Belt variant as well, which was quite nice.
Which we didn't even mention, by the way. Bin has a patchy history on the champion. He actually had a pretty good one. Yeah.
There's the Varus then. I think that makes it that's a very easy lock-in then. What are we going to do in a response then?
Well, there's no Sivir. Misfortune is probably the play. Gala loves it. It's a good matchup into the Varus. And there's no Sion or Cassante to hold frontline against it. You're probably forcing a Braum pick at that point or something similar.
Yeah, you could Bard, I suppose, if you want the lane dominance, the way he plays it. The other option is like a Leona for vampires. Good there.
Or you can do something like Rise Wukong or Qiyana Wukong. Both
Qiyana's very good shout out actually. That champion's been banned a fair amount as well. It's been one of those very high-end carry options. But the Wukong is the option. Junja does love it. Hello, Huya. Thank you for Huyaing all over us as ever. This is just the manner of these clean feeds these days, guys. Jhin is also one of those kind of lose gracefully to Varus, do kind of what he does, be able to farm relatively safely kind of angles.
Yeah, Jhin kind of does what Varus does, but slightly worse, on the whole. Varus is just too good at what he does. So you see the Wukong now. You can Pantheon and take a slight losing matchup. There's no Shinzao. You can Nocturne, but you don't see the enemy carries. You know, if Honky goes towards something like Rise or Ahri, feels a little worse doing that because they tend to survive that dive.
Yorick early. The other thing is, if you leave it a little later, you can consider things like the Qiyana once you've got a bit of an idea about what else you're into. It can be
That's a bit weird. I don't think Yorick blind is the pick, is it?
Unless you're just saying Xiaoshu, we don't think you've got an answer to it. And it is, again, in this era, the split push Wukong can be pretty nasty.
Well, Jax has already gone, which is one of the better matchups. There's no tanks, which typically Yorick does well into. Renekton's gone. Yeah, maybe. Well, it might force that someone like a Gnar, but then, yeah, if you don't block top lane on 3, you maybe get Gnar banned plus one other one, which one thing survives.
Rookie will be happy enough with the Taliyah here. There's not that many great answers into her anymore. I mean, Honku could look at the Ahri. There's a Cassiopeia angle too.
Yeah, no, Ahri's a good matchup, and I think you just go for that. It's fine versus all of the picks above right now. Yeah, Rise is fine. I think Rise is a little worse into Yorick, actually, because you
get caught in the
you
dark
get
possession.
Caught pretty nastily. Yeah, if you get caught in the dark possession, you really hurt. Ahri's fine here. Honku
is a good Ahri.
He's a good Ahri player. I mean, I haven't really placed him on my top Ahri list yet. I haven't seen enough of it, really, for myself, in terms of personally casting it. We'll update that today a little.
What is ban next then?
Well, Gnar for IG, I think. You get rid of the Gnar. It's just a safe laning pick, which does pretty well versus the Yorick. And then after that, something else which does okay into the Yorick. Maybe even ban away something like Cho'Gath, because it was typically an okay matchup into that. You could also ban away supports. That actually might be a better option. Maybe think, look, there's nothing good into the Yorick anymore. Let's ban away Braum, maybe, or Alistar. Alistar's a good ban. And Rakan's another good one too. I think you ban away the Alistar or you pick it on 4. Oh, wait, hang on. You're not going to get that. You're going to get 1. You're going to get 4, 5, because JDG get the last pick. So I think you ban the Alistar, stop JDG from picking it on 4.
That makes sense. That would make sense. I suppose there's another option of something like if you want to deal with some of the lane dominant options that are remaining. Again, probably something like the Bard is, as I've kind of called out a couple times, something that is probably one of those few remaining ranged / pick champions that allows you to still bring CC while still having some lane priority somewhat guaranteed. Pantheon removal from Wait. Very good pairing with the Talia. I think that's pretty understandable. What is that last ban going to be? The Alistar's the one you called out. I think there is some value in that going. Rel already gone, so yeah, you are getting a little thin on the ground in terms of engage options.
Ban the Alistar. I think you just get rid of it. Bard instead. I don't know. I think he just slams Alistar now, doesn't he?
Probably, but I guess it's less lane dominant.
Look, and I understand that the Varus is pretty good into the Alistar, but I just think Vampire's too comfortable on it. I think that the Bard is not something he's as good at. I thought you should get rid of the Alistar, unless you think they're not going to pick it on 4 and instead want to counter pick support, and then you can take the Alistar yourself. If you can get the Alistar and you're confident in that, that's fine, but I think he just locks it here now.
Yeah, it could be. There is that one, I suppose, in the mid game you can get chunked out a bit. They could just go. They're going to Gwen into the Yorick.
Xiaoshu is a Gwen player. He played this a lot on his debut. He does like the pick an awful lot. I haven't seen it for a little while, but it's very good with the Dawn and Dusk and Dawn, because it gives you the double Gwen passive and then your E passive as well. When you do you skip forward and do that, it can be very, very powerful, that build. Now I think that does give the Alistar over, which could be a problem, and you'll round out with the jungler. I'm not exactly sure what they're looking for from jungle, though, at this point.
Sona would be an unusual pick, but I suppose if you're into the Jhin, maybe you feel like you can punish it. Poppy is able to deal with some of the dashes, but they're going to go towards the Alistar instead, as you called out. Just very good. Denial from Vampire.
Well, they still could Poppy jungle. It's not bad with the Talia mid lane. I mean, Pantheon's gone, Xin Zhao's gone. Qiyana's not great with this comp, though, is the problem. It's going to be locked in. I don't think the Qiyana's that great with this comp. Wukong's pretty okay into you. You don't have a crazy amount of lockdown to make this work like you would do with a Ryze. You have a Varus ult later into the game. The Alistar's not bad, but you don't have an easy basic ability combo on the rest of the map to work around.
I mean, cute interactions with the Weaver's Wall and the Dark Procession, at least, so you can provide terrain for Qiyana ult around and about. You've got Chains of Corruption, Alistar ult, and Seismic Shots. There is some CC, so it's not like there's nothing, I guess, but I hear what you're saying. I'm looking at JDGs now, and again, they've got quite a lot of pick themselves, and if this Gwen, in a potentially split-pushing meta, gets to a couple items, could become a bit of a menace to the relatively short-range comp.
Problem that JDG have now is, yeah, you have the Poppy into the Alistar, which is fine. Where's your engage? You have a Jhin W and like a Wukong flash ult. I don't think that's great to use at all. Occasionally, Poppy gets good wall stun angles. I will say, blue side Poppy, pretty damn good at playing around Grubs, but we haven't seen any fights really around Grubs the entirety of today.
No, not at all.
It's been mainly around Dragon, actually, where Poppy on blue side struggles more because you don't have the terrain in your advantage when they're taking the Dragon as much. I think IG walk away with a slightly better draft, you know? I'm going to put on 1 minute of ad breaks, folks, if you don't want to do that thing.
Subscribe.
Subscribe, help us out on the channel. If you are enjoying what you're seeing today, please, drop a like, follow, subscribe, that kind of thing. We love having you around. We'd love to have you some more as well. Let's get into our last game of the day and see how this last series shakes up.
Lots of pick from the side of JDG, and that Gwen as the late game insurance. On the other side, a lot of pick as well. And the burst. Talia, Qiyana, Varus. Try and delete someone. Be a fun one. I think mid jungles here can end up being quite critical. Does the Ahri snowball? Does the Qiyana get fed? These things very, very telling, I think, for when we get through to the skirmish. Quite a lot of tools on both sides to get things rolling. These musings will wait at least for 30 seconds or so as we get through our last Gyos of the day. you again for that subscription. By the by, K-Stunner, welcome on in. Wait, but level 1. We are seeing more of these Alistairs look to really aggressively play the level 1s with the headbutts where and when they can.
Not great positioning for Photic. Gets the grenade onto him. You shouldn't be taking that kind of damage. And yeah, we saw this a lot last year as well. So it's not a new thing. It's just how much do you really want to fight that out. Level 1, Poppy doesn't tend to go for the W. So this has been quite a common thing at least. Getting that grenade onto Photic though, I'm a little bit worried about that. It means that actually the 2v2 afterwards could be quite scary. They're not going to hit level 2 particularly easily here. They're not going to be able to get all the rest of this wave. Level 2 easily hit by Gala and Vampire.
Xiaoxu getting shot at Silverdoll early on. Gwen into Yorick. At one point, Gwen was absolutely tearing apart top lane. It was such a problem. They kind of took some of her scaling out and gave her some early game instead. The problem was she still scaled better than everyone else and had a better early game.
Oh no, it does absolutely everything. Thank you, Kataria, as well. I appreciate you. And we appreciate everyone who's watching on all of our various different platforms as well. To do our thing. Really interested to see what Xiaoxi's going to build. We did talk about that Dawn and Dusk item, the new Spellblade item, which works very well at applying on hits. Conky's been laning fairly well so far, trying to use that electrocute trade off that W. It's one of the reasons why you do quite well with it. Not gonna lie, Rookie Talia is very, very good. Good Q accuracy. There's the full channel of that. And, you know, Ahri, very good when electrocute is up. You cannot afford to eat that kind of combo, though.
Skip and slash into the snip. Deadly combo. And it's Disco Gwen. She puts up a disco ball and has these wonderful disco sound effects. It's great fun.
You know there was a song which went viral on TikTok called Disco Snails?
Huh.
So Disco's not dead, it just got small.
It's inside the
Disco Snails.
I remember that
They're
one.
here to eat your kale.
Is it Dirtman?
It's not quite up there. Ooh, good little block there. Nice control stun. Don't think it's a proper kill angle, but ow, that's nasty actually. Great trade back from Dwight.
Yeah, manages that quite well. We'll get the flash out for it. Heals traded as well. Gala actually just got slowed down. This could get a bit interesting.
Photic has to, well, hang on, I was about to say, rather, Gala has to flash away. Initially I thought, wow, the combo's blocked, but then Dway gets the double knockup, and Photic gets like a full charge, I believe, W arrow onto people with stacks on them, which means, well, let's be honest, if that ever happens, Varus is winning a trade. Gala and Vampire, who've been kind of shredding through laning phase, end up doing a great job, rather on the other side of Photic and Dway do a great job of not allowing them that pressure this time.
Couple interesting summoner spells here. Xiaoxu, Ignite, no flash. He's going full all in on that split push. I will be able to kill you angle, which can be important into the Yorick actually. You can be a bit weird with some of the healing gets through from last rites and the Maiden and stuff. So always the simplest matchup into the Yorick. On the other side, Rookie gone for the Ghost. Again, a combat summoner from him.
Yes, and that can be quite important versus the Ahri. It means that you can sometimes walk out of plays, especially with your rock surfing. At the same time, Photic has that teleport to return back to lane. You can use that very quickly to reset in bot lane. Has a Tyr, has a longsword. Happy with his first back. It's to the Tyr and the boots of Gala, which is, you know, fairly fine. If JDG, this is the first time they win against IG, when was the last time they beat? You know what? That's actually a fair point. I'm going to go check up the head-to-heads.
Because I refuse to believe they've never had any wins. Otherwise, like, surely I would have known.
They have. It's just like... I presume... Well, presumably they have. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but... When was the last time they beat them? The last time they beat them was 24-3. They didn't beat them in 25 at all. And they lost in the Master Cup. That is a long time waiting for a win there.
Yes, it is.
And funnily enough, the last time that they beat them would have been when Vampire was on the roster. Would have been when Vampire was on IG in his debut year, actually. God, that would have, yeah, that would have been the on Vampire bot lane for IG. Funny, that way going topside has the Water Blade. Xiaoxi's going to skip out. This could be dead. Remember, he has no flash.
Flash for the Morning Mist in the last rites. There is no flash. Wei comes on in with a flash audacity, and down goes the Gwen.
Xiaoxu used his teleport as well. Does Wei help him push in the wave? I suppose he doesn't need help with it. There's a Yorick at the end of the day. Wei uses his flash, as does Sobro. It's a fairly hefty investment, but you're happy to get that lead there. Rookie coming out of... Especially where he was for a second. He wasn't in lane. Honkyu has that level 6. Very even lane between the two of them. Typically, Ahri Talia... Well, you can very much win on either side of it, actually. There's going to be that much hit besides anyone stolen away. But really, it comes into later into the game. Side laning tends to be in the favor of Ahri. She wins the 1v1. Team fights, unless you get the really solid charm, tends to be in favor of Talia. Bot lane holding that wave up there. Going to try and deny Gala and Vampire access to it. They've got 5 CS lead on them already. Can they stop the recall? I think they just about can. No, cancel that by Vampire, uses that E.
Deadly Flourish goes wide as Photic walks slowly to the right.
Yeah. Gala actually did end up cancelling his recall anyway, though. The ward was held up. Vampire will be spotted on that ward. He has no flash. I don't think they can do... Well, there might be a minion taxi attempt from Dway. See, once again, they're holding the wave up. They can hold these extra 3 minions.
Yeah, they can.
Nice and more. 10 CS lead now. Really well played by Photic and Dway. Again, we're expecting Gala and Vampire to be the dominant bot lane. They were for the most part, but in this game 3, which might be the most important one, as the one which ends the series, not looking great for them.
No, it is not. Xiaoshu slashes forwards with a snip. And a snip there. Snippy snip.
Ooh, charm for that combo. Rookie.
Doesn't
Not great there, Honku, actually. You gotta hit those Qs. Has that Darksteel first back, though, so good on him. If you're an Ahri player out there, always got Darksteel first back. It is an incredibly important part of your win condition. You want to snowball through it. If you ever get a Magi's, Ahri becomes a very different kind of champion.
Do you want to know my intrusive thought?
Yeah.
I look at Honku's name and I just think Goose is honk. See what I mean? Just let everyone know.
Untitled Goose mid.
Untitled Goose. Yes.
He's walking into the enemy jungle. Has put that sweeper. Oh, hang on. This could be a really cool invade. Remember how Wei does not have flash. There's what did they spot Junja with that? I'm actually not sure. Control wall put down behind the back of that red buff. I don't know what IG know. This is where I'd really like to toggle to their vision.
They know where Wei is now.
Yeah, and he's going to get spotted by that control with some one of those Fade Lights. You know, at some point, by the way, those Fade Lights are going to end up being a bit of a bait because every team knows that everyone will use them, and you need to use more odd warding angles to get wards which won't get swept. Eventually. Anyway.
The whole decision-making tree, because again, warding patterns and who wards where and how and when. Those big bits of statistical data collected by teams.
Is this LCS? No, this is LPL, Patrick. Is mayonnaise an instrument? No, Patrick. Dragon taken by IG.
Don't say mayonnaise can't be an instrument.
Sam, you ever seen a mayonnaise be an instrument?
Yeah.
Or maybe they're not hard. Right, okay. You know, come on. Really common though.
You hit the pot, and depending on the amount of mayonnaise, it makes different noises.
Right.
So you like spoon out mayonnaise.
I do wonder whether Xiaoshu goes for the Rift Maker first into something like that. Dusk and Dawn. Again, Dusk and Dawn I think is just a really, really good item, and I have seen some Gwens building it. That control ward is still behind the back of red buff. Grub's started now. IG took the dragon. Can they get a single one here? Again, they still haven't found that control ward in that rush just yet. They see that first one go down. Presumably they can walk over and take the other two.
Photic gonna get shunted back towards his turret. Needs a hammer shot and then autos.
He ends up eating a tower shot, not hitting the Q, and Photic gets to hold the wave because of that. And again, Photic is completely fine here, holding the wave. Alice is on the roam.
Nice. Good chunk out for Photic. Playing this one well. Again, it's a caster AD carry, Alex.
Yeah, it's a fun fact about Photic. There have been several metas in the past where he is very good, but only on AD carries that just don't auto attack. So Poke Varus, Ezreal hitting Qs, Senna who's mainly a caster anyway. It was a really weird time. It does sound like it's Flame, and honestly it kind of is, because if you did see him on like auto attack carries, it wasn't great in those couple of splits. I'm thinking like 24
V5.
Spring. Well, no, he was good on Callista then, so that's a bit different. But like 24 Spring, it was like, just give him something that casts spells. Ziggs was awesome for him, for instance. Yeah. And apparently, well, we'll see what happens this year. He was actually very good on Kai'Sa, so we won't, you know.
We've got Ambition, former mid laner and jungler following us, possibly now a trading card
gamer.
Junja. Might also be some violence happening. That's less about trading cards, more about someone dying.
It's a flash forward from Junja. Really good punish over the Raptor pit, because Rookie was trading really well versus Honku. That's jungler coming in to flip the matchup. He'll get the Crystallize here. They'll get him one plate. Pretty much guaranteed. Honku gets himself an injection of cash. Rookie caught out. I mean, it's a pretty hard angle to spot out, but really good punish from Junja. Rookie is punished for it.
The import mid jungle do a fantastic
Hang on, Vampire
work.
could go around the back. Oh, okay, chooses not to. I was actually wondering whether you go behind him for a big shunt back or something. Pretty important that Photic's been able to hold the lane 1v2. Vampire has been stuck in lane, trying to do something. I think that might be a mistake at this point. I feel like he could have been elsewhere on the map making something happen. Photic is just outvaluing the bot lane by himself right now.
He is, isn't he? He's doing a very good job so far. Wei will Terra shape into the mid lane. Well, not the mid lane, the river, rather, to pick up the Ice Blade. We should talk about mid. Now, top side, Xiaoshu's just about to have his hallowed
here comes
ground
Rookie.
turn out. Oh boy, he's not going to be buried anywhere particularly sacred, I fear. Does a decent job, but there's that combo.
Ignite?
Just about not enough.
Close run stuff, though. Wei had the propane Hydra and propane accessories to dive that turret. Jwei has now come back towards bot lane. That's a good flash over the ult.
But now Jwei coming on forward. Out comes the keeper's verdict. Jwei will headbutt Gala away. Doesn't quite get the wall stun. Pulverize after. And everyone gets out largely okay. But here comes the curtain call. Trying to force someone to take an impromptu bow. Jwei will ult in trade. Deadly throws wide. Junja now here. They can dive this.
I don't think they can without the ult, can they? I'm not sure.
They got flashes. It'd be difficult with the Cyclone, I agree.
Yeah, I think if you had Cyclone, yes, but he doesn't have it now. It's still on cooldown,
right.
which is what I was calling out. The ult's on cooldown, and I think that really changes the way things come through. Like if Wukong with ult is a mega threat. You're absolutely right, and it's a little hard to see on that damn HUD because when it's really that small, when it's just about to come off cooldown, you're like, is it up?
I went for a glance because I was busy just keeping an eye on it. I was like, I think it's up. And I was like, it wasn't. Yeah. Alex was gently trying to say, like, Sam, it's not.
Sam,
it's not up.
No
Because that does reduce the threat fairly significantly when Jwei and Fodig both have flash as well.
Tends to help. Maybe they could have killed Jwei. Yeah, did a Triforce or whatever. All good. Once again, Fodig, Jwei, better than Gala and Vampire in lane so far. We'll see if that continues through into the team fights. Last game, Fodig and Jwei couldn't do much. Game 1, though, Jwei, Fodig, not great early on, but then later on, massively outvalued Gala and Vampire on the Nymaera Lulu. They struggled to play the late game team fights in the way that Fodig and Jwei did on the Kai'Sa Nico. Excellent game, that first game, by the way. Second game was a lot more stompy from JDG. Pressure fest from them. Crystallization built up on this turret. Fodig able to take another plate there. Happy as can be.
Early lead for Invictus Gaming right now. A little bit better than the last game, which is a big deal. And you can see the role quest difference there as well. But pointing that one out, bot lane has already got it for Fotig. He's just that slight bit ahead. Mid lane not there for Rookie, but again, that's partly because Honku got that nice kill just a moment or two ago. That has delayed that just a touch or two for Rookie, who I don't think will be miles off it, but it is a slight discrepancy.
So Honku has the Malignance and the Spellslinger's shoe, so he has very aggressive build, 2 stacks on the Dark Seal. He's ready to really start accelerating the game. This is the test of a good Ahri. Can you accelerate once you get to this point in the game? You're looking for your next ultimate to be very impactful. You want to get a kill and an assist, something like that. Get your stacks rolling on the Dark Seal. And with the Malignance, chain that into a play just after, especially if you can force flashes at the same time. Dragon's up. Again, look at Honku Junja. No flash on Junja to get that Cyclone, but they're looking for a big fight right now.
Very much could be. Dragon up, everyone fighting over this banana bush. It's been the bane of many teams since the map got reworked last year.
See that Vampire trying to look for a wall stun angle, trying to stop the combo from the Alistair as well. See if you can get a bit of reaction test. The stream's been Nocturne ulted. It'll flick. I really hope it doesn't came forward into a fight. I think we'll be fine now, but wait, 3, 2, 1. There you go.
Good timing.
Starting to learn it. Back into the bot river. Jen just ping-ponging these waves around. Jin getting shoved under turret right now. Fotig is getting a bit more of a shove. Both bot lane quests completed there. Worth noting, Rookie doesn't have his mid lane quest for the upgraded boots. He'd really liked that before this fight, but as you were saying, dying in that mid lane a little earlier definitely hurts that.
You are a Talia, you do like to roam a little bit as well. Part of the deal. Not that Ahri does it necessarily. But it can be done. Again, you haven't run the teleport, you've run the ghost. All these
Junja going on to Fotig here. Maybe. I was actually worried about that. You can see him around that Fotig. You've got to be careful, buddy. Gets out safely this time.
Nice done.
Vampire doesn't find the wall stun angle there either, which again was a threat. Poppy in the early game like this, if you land that wall stun, it is actually a ton of damage for the base damage.
Junja does manage to sneak in and get a hold of that scuttle grab and then slide over the back of the dragon wall. Top lane, we had that 1 or 2 ganks early, and otherwise it's just been business as usual up here. Lead for Sobero, of course, who has been donated those kills. Xiaoshu has been 0-2. He's within 500 gold, which is a lead, don't get me wrong. It's not like Xiaoshu is going to be completely without threat in this game. Riftmaker first item for Gwen. Hex Drinker early for Sobero to try and deal with some of that initial threat.
Yeah, double AP solo lanes means you're doing double duty there. He's getting himself towards that Triforce. It does delay your 2 item spike. 2 items for Yorick is where you really come alive. That Triforce Shojin, that's when you become quite unstoppable in a side lane. Actually, the Gwen can fight you. Dragon has not been finished. It's not even been started. Herald is alive, and JDG choosing to fight with the better terrain for them, actually, on blue side. Blue side top river tends to be better. They have better wall stun angles, can hold that choke point with that river there. Low health on the Herald now. Good position for JDG.
Hammer shot. We land all that much. And again, Sobro's going to go towards the spot side. Herald's going down. Just kind of warding JDG off the mid lane a little bit and trying to give solo lanes a bit of an opportunity.
That's actually a little scary there. If that W had landed, could have been a dead photic. No cleanse. Teleport. That's going to be the Herald driven. Hang on, can they get a
crystallize it?
They could actually well, they can go for a combo onto the Wukong. Maybe.
Oh, out comes that steadfast presence, but that's a supreme display of talent. Oh, the ignite! Is it enough?
No, it's so close. An awesome ult from Vampire to save his jungler, but Junja, buddy, maybe not the right angle. Sobro's going to go onto the dragon. Because Junja is so low HP, you're not going to be able to fight for this one. IG happily going to take the second dragon. A mountain dragon will be definitely something they'll be happy to take anyway. A lot of their members building up little bits of magic resist, like that Hex Drinker, Merc Treads.
Worth noting as well, while the mid lane play was happening, Sobro was just bonking bot side turret. He gets first turret by walking down there, and that's what was happening off screen. We saw all the flashy stuff in mid lane, but the bit with substance, really, was that bot lane play in some ways as well, just getting the additional win there for Invictus Gaming.
Xiaoshu's going towards what I think is the Nash's 2 second as well, so he wants a little bit more of the uptime on just kind of auto-attack damage, really. Sobro's really happy, though. You're right. Has that Triforce, has the Hex Drinker, happily existing in side lanes.
Does it come with wailing if you're gnashing your teeth?
And great wailing and gnashing of teeth.
Exactly.
And the hens and the frogs and the cows and the ducks and the sloths.
And the sloths. What is that from again?
It's from the passage about the Holy Hand Grenade and Python.
Yes.
Rookie getting a little bit of help from Wei on this one side of Zama.
Gnashes of teeth. I'm just going to say that.
yeah.
See?
Yeah, I can understand that. Wei looking up towards the trap, not necessarily anything through that.
Oh, we got Wei on the side.
And credit, hang on, Honky, he's in a bit of trouble here. Half health down. This Crystallize might kill it in a single auto, but if he walks up and uses it, he can actually maybe kill him one.
Warning miss. He's going to send a load of ghouls going at Honky. And again, Ari not the best at dealing with those that are queue up and available.
Yeah, okay, for Ari to deal with a Yorick, well, you need to go Leandri second. There is a teleport. That's the Gwen. Wukong's coming up. Ari's not sticking around, though, so this would actually just be a 1v1. There is a okay, now Vampire's here. We'll see if they can make it out alive.
Warning Mist goes into the Hallowed Mist. Sobro is shunted back. He's going, yeah, well, I think I'm just dead. Is ignited. Tries to get a fairly smoke. Goes the Morning Mist onto Honkyu. Trying to interrupt his back. Does get the last rights.
Sobro can't get the Crystallize on turret. He's going to die. The shutdown will go to Xiaoshu, but it means that Honkyu is off the map and can't reset in time. Get something done elsewhere. Rookie is free pushing bot lane, they're pushing mid lane as well. This is a bit of a reverse from what happened in the last game, where JDG had the pressure and then IG had to try and slip the noose. This time it's IG having the pressure, JDG looking for the play to get out of that.
Bot lane turret's only on one plate now as a result, partly as well. Like, that's a lot of gold that's picked up again. A lot of the on-screen stuff is kind of just not revealing how much is happening on the other side of the map.
It's still a good play for JDG. Yes. It's still cut the gold lead down a little bit, but IG get more than JDG would have hoped for. Sobro also just doesn't blow the flash. That is important here. You need to make sure you hold on to that if it's not necessary. If Rookie can get a combo here, this could be quite deadly.
Ooh, that's half the health bar.
Owie. And now, what? Now Honky's gonna have to reset again. He's gonna have to reset again. Half HP. You can't stick around with that. So he's gonna have to reset. That gives IG another window of time where, just by the way, look at the minimap right now. Look at that ward, that line of red down the center of the map, going right the way from Tribrush into the enemy jungle, up through mid lane, and then into the top river. IG have wonderful vision because they've been able to put that down, while JDG were making that play topside.
They have, and that has given them a lot of ability to play for these side lane turrets, and we have started to see that ability to play the map wider. The 1-3-1s feel pretty good right now, it has to be said.
Oh, Vampire, what are you doing there, buddy? He has flash, uses the heal, caught up by the Varus ultimate. I think he might just be dead. He is. Vampire dies on a warding mission, and this is one of the criticisms we have about him as a player. Very good in lane and team fights, going on the warding in the macro, struggles, and now Gala's left out to dry.
Forced to flash because, again, the Weaver's Wall was extending the ult options for Wei.
Rookie will tank up that W, and again, JDG feels like their map play a little behind IG this time, actually. Last game, so much pressure it didn't matter. Jway has ult, doesn't have flash, jumping forwards.
Jway will step on forwards and body block some of the potential charm angles. Wei coming back on over. Doesn't have the ult, worth noting, so not quite as threatening on the Kian.
Yeah, Honky trying to be a bit of a pressure valve there. Get some damage down, force IG to back off. Not bad, actually, but Jway, good presence of mind to step in front of the Varus, save something like that flash. Photic can keep that around. He definitely becomes more powerful than Photic. You know, we've had a lot of criticism of him. Feels bad just saying that we're prefacing all of our points about him with that, but kind of has to be, really. He's 1.4, he was 1.4k up, 1,000 right now. He's having a good game. He's had a great 1v2 laning phase where he just held off Gala and Vampire. And much like the Demacia Cup finals, JDG's bot lane was assumed to stomp. That hasn't been the full story.
I concur. Nearly
the Conqueror is in, you know, the nut-like thing. Which
yeah, I was gonna go for that joke as well. Ah, well done.
Or
I've not played Conkers in forever.
Yeah, it feels. Was that I feel like it's a Britishism. I don't know.
This is a all right to chat. Do you know what the game Conkers is?
Yeah.
If you are from not Britain.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So great vision again by IG into the enemy jungle, hitting some breakpoints. 2.5 items from Rookie, has Rylise, has the Fated Ashes to build up towards a Leandries. Wei has, I just realized, Wei from Daitako Helios. There's been a viral
one with the squirrel. No. Yeah, guys, well, right, we'll have to explain Conkers.
Hang on, Wei's jumped onto.
Ooh, flashes away, so just let talent. Does get him out to safety.
Vampire flashes, tries to deny the dash, can't manage it. Wei gets out to safety. Doesn't have the ult, doesn't have the flash now. Is that the go button for JDG? They're going to go onto the dragon. This would have been third dragon for IG. Now, Vampire's flash down. Does that change the way that IG can approach this fight?
How much do they care? Weaver's Wall is coming. They want to force this. Gala's in a dangerous position. Remember, he doesn't have the threat back. He's in so much danger. Junja now body blocking the threaded volleys. Junja does get the dragon as well, but Gala on the back of it will die for all of this.
Sobro going down, Charm onto Waves. Honkyu uses that ult, gets out to safety. Dragon taken by JDG at the cost of 1. Will it cost them mid? What will it cost them mid lane turret at the same time? They're not going to do Baron here. The resets will come in too quickly. But if they get mid lane turret, I think they're still happy.
Shove through mid again. They've got the Yorick here, who's a very good turret taker with the Maiden here as well. They could just keep running at this stuff.
I think they have 2 grubs, not 3. And oh, bloody hell, yeah, that's a lot of damage. Gonna run straight towards it. Had the Maiden as well. Often around these points, the Maiden's just already dead. 2 turrets in the push. This now becomes a worthwhile play for IG. It's 1 kill, 2 turrets for 1 dragon on the other side. Also getting the Poppy flash away, I think it's quite important. Vampire using it. I understand why he uses it. He can't quite get in range. A little too slow. Wei makes it out alive. Understand the play from Vampire, just not quite executing quite in time.
If we managed to get that stun into the wall, we might be having a very different conversation. Unfortunately, remember, Gala blew that flash mid from the last attempt on his life.
Hang on, fighting picture in picture.
You're absolutely right, there is. Change of corruption land, that's onto the cycloning Junja, but unfortunately, this little whirlwind is running out of spin. Needs another battery pack. There comes the Dark Procession, and it will be there as a funeral march for the dead Monkey King.
Moves too far from the equator, the Coriolis effect dies out. And the Gale Force wins. Go to a soft breeze. Sobro thinking it. Oh, he gets him into the Dark Procession. That's a problem for Xiaoxu. Dashes out of it.
I'm trying to commentate, but I'm still dealing with the fact that Coriolis effect was used accurately within a broadcast. Gala is also unfortunately on the wrong end of an accurate little blade from Dway and JDG. Xiaoxu hits him with the needles, threads that one. Now goes Honkyu, looking for some more work into the side, gets the charm, it's only on Dway, arrow, dangerous but not killed.
Honkyu very nearly killing Photic, great flash away from it. Vampire taking away the Alistair.
Photic low but still alive, Wei sidesteps a fair amount, the arrow comes on through, Vampire taken low, can Dway get in range, the hail of arrows will slow him down, can't quite get the kill, Wei also very carefully low, Honkyu with enough HP to threat.
IG, sorry, I just completely mind blanked there. I was trying to think of something to say, and all I can think of is actually JDG not quite making the play. Not quite there. Once again, Vampire so close to making the clutch play, getting rid of that front line, but not able to get onto the carries in the way he wanted to. Almost dies in the attempt. Close run stuff, but because JDG keep missing out on these knife's edge plays, IG keep pushing forwards and forwards, keeping that gold lead afloat.
I'm still stuck on the fact you managed to get Coriolis affected. Effectively. That was very smooth.
It was a cyclone. I can't believe I haven't done that before. Sam, I have a physics degree.
I know, I can tell.
Funnily enough, actually, part of my classical physics module was actually due to did actually involve the Coriolis effect. It's why, by the way, Coriolis effect. It's cyclones only happen within like 5 degrees of the equator, and they don't cross the equator either because of the way the Coriolis effect works. Basically, curvature of the Earth does some funny things. Anyway, using that ghost just to get out safely. Honkyu, I mean, he's not had the best game, but he's actually having a fair amount of impact now. That's a level 16 Yorick with 2 items. I don't actually think you win this.
When it isn't strong, Gala's in danger. Has to flash again.
Rookie looks at the AD carry he was playing with last year and goes, hey buddy, and he jumps on him 3 times in a row. Gala has no flash, 2k down. The bot lane of JDG are actually struggling quite a lot in this game 3.
Honkyu's gone towards the Verdant Barrier. In fairness, he's already got the death cap, and again, there wasn't enough stacks in the Dark Seal to afford a Medjay, so he's got damage. I think, in fairness, trying to deal with some of that upfront pick, I can see the thought process there as well. Just keeping an eye on that itemization.
Someone wants to know what the Coriolis effect is. The easiest way to think about it is the effect that the curvature on the Earth has on things. So if things spin around the equator, things on the equator are further from the center of the Earth in terms of where it's spinning than the very top of it. So the further north or south you go from the equator, technically the slower you are spinning in regards to the center of the Earth.
Because of course we're spinning around the axis, right? So if you're on the very outside of it, it's like, imagine the outside edge of
I hope I'm not
blades.
butchering that. I hope I'm not butchering. But it basically means if a cyclone is kind of just off the equator, winds on one side of it are affected differently by the rotation of the Earth than the other one. It's
so
slightly about
dissipates,
the
right?
Well, no. In the equator, that's actually what leads to it in that case. But yeah. Anyway, that's basically what it is. You're not going to find that in another league stream, let me tell you that. I hope I haven't been giving out misinformation.
Do you know where I know the Coriolis effect from?
From Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
The original one, yes.
COD 4.
Yeah, where you're in the ghillie suit mission.
You haven't got it for this map. You've got to even take into account the Coriolis effect.
Exactly.
Okay, Dragon's up in 20 seconds. It will be third for IG. Good poke there from Photic onto Xiaoshu. Second, well, there is a Seekers for Xiaoshu. That's important. Honku has a Banshees. 3 items for Rookie. Photic is very happy with his position in the game right now, and Junja might be able to get himself an Implement Weather on target.
They don't know he's there. I don't think they're trying to spot him out now.
This is a little scary now, actually. They have great vision on either side of this. He'll know about it. This is the problem. What does he do now? He's not going to be able to get through this unseen at all. He's going to try and go around the other way.
Oh, they
but
know
he's spotted anyway. He knows about one ward. Now he knows about the other.
Good warning from the Sobra's going to go body blocking because, again, the Yorick just dealing with the jungler is a big deal. Deadly First comes across. Look at Xiaoshu. Can he find neither one? Keeper's Verdict got fought away. Dragon's still secured by the Varus. Supreme display of talent. Honku on the other side, looking for the angle, misses the charm, but they will still kill down the Alistair. Photic doing his best as Xiaoshu throws needles out. Junja slides in, finally. Was warded off, but not for long. Rookie in danger. Vampire alongside Honku. Locked down the delay. The seismic shove. The health bar so low, but not down. Over goes Wei. Gets one with the audacity. Overcomes Soboro. This could be messy. The health bar so low. Wei, Soboro, dangerous. The charm lands. Can they escape? What's the back end of the turn?
Junja's healing off of the wolves. It's a 2v3, but I think the Yorick wins this.
He's not. He's not. There comes the Warrior Trickster. And the Gwen just comes and cuts his head off!
Wait!
Oh no! Wei blows up, Honku takes the wrong glass cone there and dies.
IG get the dragon. The fight goes 4-3 though in favor of JDG. It is a mess, folks. I can't believe that Junja got into the backline after being spotted out on the flank. Sobro also not quite delivering on the late game Yorick fantasy. IG, well, Wei ends up living, and he's now actually very fed after that fight. Kills off Honku. Vampire got the ult onto Rookie midway through the fight as well. This is a mess. So initially Junja is caught out. Doesn't get put into the Dark Procession though. Does manage to escape that. Things get weird. Jway goes in for the combo and actually ults very well here. The ult from the Kiana hits onto Gala in the backline. At the end of the day, cleanses it, goes into his blah 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 curtain call thingy. So bro, this is what happened on the other side of the fight. I guess he just walks at him. Yeah. Walks at him and kills him. That's some Yorick gaming for you.
And obviously the rest of the fight was continuing elsewhere. Really close. Junja desperately low. Xiaoshu, Vampire really low. Anyone else there do a little bit of damage and you're looking at another 2-3 people dead from JDG, but the camp was up. Junja heals. Sobro, I don't think was expecting this amount of upfront burst.
No, it's a full stack Q. They stack off of the walls. It wasn't just the healing from the Wukong which was happening. It was also the Q stacking up from the Gwen. I didn't realize that at the time. Honky thought maybe he could alley-oop Wei. He's doing it blind. Can't really do much about that. Ends up going down. So IG did have a 4 going on 5k gold lead. Now it's 3k. Has been cut, but they did get the extra dragon.
Puts him on soul point. You're right. And that is a win in itself.
Yeah, Gala has Infinity Edge. Big win for him to get to that item despite his deficit. He's happy with that now. JDG, as they've shown, have the damage and have the team fighting tools to win this. They do actually have that. Sobro is really quite scary, though. He has a full Maw. That'll definitely help him. Xiaoshu, though, also on 3 items himself, even in gold pretty much.
Stacks on that Dark Seal as well. Jumping on Vampire. It was that wise Supreme display of talent, but not that much damage, actually. No completed Cyril's or anything. Way in danger. Tries to dodge his way around. He's in danger. I think he's just gone.
He's just gone. Too much CC. Got hit by the Jin W somehow. That 3D terrain. kind of hurting him. And now suddenly Yorick has to teleport to the other side of the map. That pick might change everything. It will open up a Baron angle for JDG. So Sobro teleported topside, trying to get to the fight, but now he might get cut off at the pass. Let's see how he angles this.
Gala is potentially at risk here. Not the fastest Baron take from JDG, but they do have the Gwen, which is helping. Tway eats a lot of damage from Hong Cube, and now he's a bit split off, but good blast code this time. Flashes out for the seismic shove and avoids all the attempts. That's a big deal.
That will be down. It means his smite is
Keeper's
not on the
verdict
table right now. Keeper's verdict, no teleport. Here goes Tway.
They've killed off the jungler. That makes this a smiteless Baron. Shove into the wall with a heroic charge. Xiaoshu jumping forwards, dies to Photic. Vampire about to fall as well. Take the Baron. Surely they're here. Gala can try and shoot on the other side. The seismic shove. Rookie. Threaded volley. Deadly Flourish just wide. A quadra kill towards Photic. I don't have the high note that Freak did, but the damage is still pretty unreal. Last right. Honk you down. Baron officially thrown.
It's another best of 3 between JDG and IG with a heartbreak at Baron. Yorick sends his girlfriend to the top lane to push the wave, and I think with 2 quadra kills in potentially 2 wins, IG and Photic will win the series.
It was a hard fought fight. IG thought it was getting a little bit dicey when wave fell. You could see why they rushed the Baron. It just wasn't enough. Nexus being defended. Some of the respawns coming on through Junja. Side cloning, but I don't think it's enough. How long on anyone else? 5 seconds on Gala will not be enough. And JDG fall. Invictus Gaming repeat their Demacia Cup responses.
Photic heard you all talking shit. Us too. 2 quadra kills and 2 victories. A smile from Rookie as he beats his AD carry from last year. IG came in as underdogs, but because it's versus JDG, for some reason they come out with the win. JDG versus IG remains one of the most exciting, nonsensical matchups in the world of League of Legends, and Invictus Gaming once again come away with the victory. Well, that was fun. It was very fun. If you enjoyed this series as much as we did, well, it's a pretty hard thing, but if you did, please drop a like, please drop a follow. If you had a clip you enjoyed from that game, chuck it on Twitter, chuck it on Reddit. We'll see it, we'll enjoy it. And, folks, thank you so much for stopping by and enjoying part of your LPL journey here with us. My name is Alex, this is Sam, we're brothers. We've cast the LPL together for a number of years. We are the most experienced LPL casters in the business now as a duo. We have cast thousands of LPL games together. And we like to think we're pretty good at this, and we think we can tell the stories pretty well, too. If you have enjoyed that, again, follow us on the socials. If you can drop some money to a subscription or the Ko-fi, it's not much, but it means an awful lot to us. Thank you so much for supporting us on our way here and seeing games which are just as nonsensical and as wonderful as they are, like this, JDG, IG, and the LPL.
Well, that was fun. I enjoyed that a lot.
I don't think I've ever cast a bad series between JDG and IG. They're just always just peak. Always peak. I can't believe that Photic particularly just went so ham. This guy is actually having a really good run of form.
We've seen this before. And then it all falls
Yes,
apart.
the thing about Photic is he has like a good half his regular split, and then it doesn't last until playoffs and you forget about it. IG keep drawing me back in. They just keep drawing me back in. Well, what can I say? Maybe IG just have that special sauce again. Sobro is just such a shit-eating top lane. Like, he just looks and he goes, hit, and then just something weird happens. Like, I love this guy. I don't know where the hell, like, where he was in challenges. He comes up here. I'm like, okay, I've never heard of this guy before. What the heck's going to happen? We should get an interview pretty soon on stage afterwards, and then we'll get our player of the game afterwards. Are you going to stream?
I am. Only for an hour or two, but I'll go do it.
Cool. You go start that up. We'll get the interview down here, and then we'll raid over to you. And, yeah, we hope again, folks. I keep saying this. We really hope you enjoyed yourself first and foremost. And, we'll see you right now. Guys, tomorrow we have also excellent series. You know what we have tomorrow? We have Top Esports versus BLG and Anyone's Legend versus JDG. So, we were saying JDG, BLG, and AL are probably our top 3 teams. Well, JDG just lost, so we'll see whether that lasts. But we do still have BLG Top Esports, even with the roster changes to Top Esports, and Anyone's Legend versus JDG, both coming off of a loss today. Thank you so much, Adalas, for the Ko-fi donation there. It makes an awful lot of difference to us, as we were saying. We appreciate it an awful lot. And, yeah. Tomorrow's going to be just as good, folks, I think. I think it's going to be just as good. We shall see exactly if they can match up to that. But I'm so happy with the quality of today's games. The entertainment never stops, does it? Okay. Where did I put my Ko-fi? Here we go. Cool. Oh, thank you, Edelas. That's actually an awful lot. Appreciate you. Also, there was someone who gave an anonymous donation the other day too. It just says Ko-fi supporter, but that was also for 50 euros as well. Edelas just dropping 50 as well. It means an awful lot to us. Again, it keeps us doing what we're doing. So many great clips from today's stream, folks. There are. So there's no more games today, no more games tomorrow, but tomorrow we have Top Esports versus BLG, and we have Anyone's Legend versus JDG. Excellent games tomorrow. Hey, Sheep Esports? Sheep Esports retweeted, let's fucking go. Nice. That's really cool. Nice. Let's go Sheep Esports. I can't believe that Rookie had that LeBlanc outplay. What a great series. What a great series. I'm blessed to be able to see this kind of gameplay. Is it always clean? No. I fucking love it though. I wouldn't trade this. I wouldn't trade this at all.
好的，欢迎来到我们的赛后采访环节，我是主持人小玉。恭喜 IG 拿下了本场比赛的胜利。在赛后，我们也请到了俊伟选手，先打个招呼吧。
大家好，我是 IG 辅助俊伟选手。
恭喜你们啊，不容易的拿下了这个赛季的首胜了。先来分享一下感受吧，有没有压力减轻一点点？
就感觉赢了这场非常开心吧。然后之前我们也是遭遇了2连败。
其实今天的整体比赛内容来看的话，也是合理了非常多嘛。第一局你们选出来的这个阵容还是偏软的，因为只有你一个强开团的位置，但是波都能够开到4、5个，自己的团战思路会是什么样的呢？
就选到Nico这个英雄，然后我觉得我就会开得很好吧。
也是俊伟可以说是绝活型的一个英雄，但是从最近的比赛来看的话，可能在露露包括 Nico 没有了之后，后续谁先选到硬辅，谁就会比较难受的一个情况。俊伟会有这样的感觉吗？
会，就感觉这个版本偏向于软辅版本吧。
所以对你来说也是一个挑战嘛，因为你平时用的硬辅也会比较多一些嘛。
对我来说也是个新的挑战。
也是在慢慢的练习当中啊。其实第3局双方看似比较血腥，可能有硬开团的这样的阵容，反而打得比较平稳了。选手们包括教练组也想要这个稳稳的幸福了吗？
第3把得稳一点了。
得稳稳的拿下来。第3局其实结束比赛的方式跟第1局有些相似，在先知网一人的情况下，反而去把这个团战打赢了。可以跟我们分享一下从大楼那边到结束吗？
但是就是威哥阵完之后，然后就感觉他死的挺好了吧，然后对面也没赚的还敢动大楼，然后我们就觉得可以操作，就慢慢操作就会赢。
可能也是因为提前用到了一些技能，所以后续的团战会比较好赢一些。今年也是开启了一个新的征程吧，对于俊伟来说，刚刚也说了是一个挑战。但是跟大家相处下来感觉如何呢？如果让你分别用一个词来形容一下你的队友，会是什么？
跟大家相处挺好吧，然后波多包就话比较多吧，然后很幽默。然后威哥的话就感觉很好玩吧，很憨厚的感觉。然后Rookie哥就给人很有安全感的感觉。
哥哥的感觉。自己的 AD 呢？
然后P 子的话就人也特别好吧，很好相处。
能够看出来啊，大家都在慢慢的变熟，然后慢慢的磨合当中。最后想要问到你，因为我们的 LPL 每一年都会有新人出现，有更新迭代。去年俊伟给我们留下了很多高光的时刻和操作，所以今年加入 IG 之后，想要跟这支 IG 在这片赛场上面书写怎样的故事呢？
就希望我能跟队友们越走越远吧。
希望你们赛场加油，也感谢俊伟来到我们赛后采访的环节。接下来让我们把时间交还给解说席。
Well, Photic did a crazy amount of damage. No one hitting the 1k barrier this time. Honky struggling in lane a little bit, but making good plays outside of it. Well, we've had our interview now. I guess we could wait. We'll wait until Sam's up and running. If you're on YouTube, the show will end here. And if you're on Twitch, well, we'll send you over to Sam. He'll be streaming some Disco Elysium. It's a very fun game. It's kind of like a investigation mystery game. It's very, very cool if you haven't seen any of it. I highly recommend it. It's very, very cool. And once again, folks, thank you so much for supporting us on our LPL journey. So many really, really cool things today. For this game, I think Photic is player of the game, but player of the match is Rookie. Rookie is player of the match, 100%. Player of the game is Photic. Ooh, I really like those kind of plays where you jump in, kill the wave, which opens up the charm angle. Photic on non... Yeah, exactly. Photic works really well on non-auto-attacking champions. What can I say? Oh, God. I don't know. Sam, you live? Okay, we'll right over to Sam. Thank you very much for running this. We'll see you next time. Alright, if you're on YouTube, the show will end here. Thank you very much for watching us. And we'll